Hello. Welcome back to the Padded Room. I'm Wayne, and this is Talking Tech with Wayne, the show dedicated to discussing smartphones, smart homes, and all those things in between. This show is a promise of information freely given to all that seek it, and that is a pact between me and all of you. Log on to our website and click the Join the Discussion button to, join the discussion. While you're there, check out my past shows or click the Schedule a Call button if you're interested in exploring how to bring a Talking Tech discussion group to your local church or community center. The website address is above my head, along with the number to our helpline, where trained technicians are ready to answer your questions 24/7, and best of all, it's 100% free. Today, we are looking at online shopping. Forget crowded malls, endless parking lots, and long lines. From groceries to gifts, you can buy just about everything online. Online shopping can save you time and money. You can use special websites called comparison shoppings to find the best price for any given item. Although internet shopping won't completely replace window shopping at the mall, when you know exactly what you want, online shopping can't be beat. It is also perfect for when you need to send something across the miles. Need a shower present for your niece in Chicago? Order it online. Have a company gift wrap the present and insert a gift card with your own personalized message. No trip to the mall, no trek to the post office. What could be easier? Online shopping has exploded so much in the past decade that brick and mortar stores are closing in response. Here's a cool piece of trivia. The largest shopping mall in the United States, the Mall of America in Minnesota, has more than 2.5 million square feet of retail space. But the internet carries more products. Wow. When I talk to people about online shopping, the conversation almost always circles back around to safety, and for good reason. So, let's look at that first. There is no discussion about online shopping safety without taking a step back to see where we came from. Back in the late 90s, when the internet was growing in popularity, retailers began to see the enormous potential with selling goods online. There were a few hurdles, though. The first, and the one that would most likely certainly bury e-commerce before it got started, was: would people ever feel comfortable doing transactions online? They turned to the technology community with this perplexing riddle. How do we make people's credit cards safe? We geeks set out to crack this Rubik's Cube because nothing makes geeks more happy than an interesting puzzle. We started with some basic steps that has evolved to the system we have now. I will be sharing some best practices and tips that all of us need to know about keeping yourself safe throughout this show and the ones to follow. Some of it will be a review for my faithful viewers, and some of it will be new. We will look at how I keep my money safe online. So if you're nervous about online shopping, you're not alone. Many people entered the world of online purchases with trepidation. Yet, as each year passes, more and more people overcome their anxieties and jump online to make purchases. Nothing is completely safe, but online shopping has proven itself with millions of transactions being processed each and every day. There are a few simple things you need to do to make sure your online shopping is safe and secure. The first is making sure the site you're on is secure. One of the most important things the tech community came up with to keep you safe is called SSL, which basically just stands for Secured Socket Layer. Now, I won't bore you with the details of how it works, but as I often say, language is important because more times than not, labels in the tech world tend to be descriptive. And when you hear Secure Socket Layer, what it sounds like is what it actually does. So you might ask yourself, how do I know if a site has this so-called SSL? Well, I'm glad you asked that. If you look at the top of the browser window, up there where the web address is, Amazon.com or Walmart.com, you should see a padlock. And that padlock is right before the web address. That padlock tells you the site is secure. The second safety tip is in choosing trustworthy companies. Because credit card fraud takes a bite out of their bottom lines, most reputable companies have devoted a great deal of time and effort to ensure your shopping experience is as enjoyable and as safe as possible. Your personal information is safeguarded and your transactions are secure. Make sure you're shopping at a reputable site. Many of your favorite brick and mortar stores to whom you've been loyal over the years now offer you the convenience of shopping online from their click and mortar stores. You see what we did there? We geeks are clever. These tried and true stores are usually safe places to start. Brick and mortar referred to stores that sell their wares from a physical building. Online versions of these stores are sometimes called click and mortar. You can also ask friends and relatives. Several good recommendations about an online store should increase the possibility that you would want to shop there. Yet, sometimes you are faced with deciding if you want to make a purchase from the store which you are completely unfamiliar. For instance, say you've been browsing for a while and you find a great buy on a cashmere sweater. You find your size and you like the color, but you never heard of the company before. Is it safe to buy this sweater online? What can you do to help ensure that your money and your privacy are protected? First off, before you place your order, look for information about the company on its website, such as its mailing address, not just a post office box, and its phone number. Unfortunately, anybody can set up an internet site. If you are unfamiliar with a particular company, one good way to check it out to see if they have a toll-free number you can call to get more information about them. Again, ask your friends and neighbors if they're familiar with the company and ask for their feedback. If you are completely unfamiliar with an online store, it is always smart to place a small order or two with them before you make a large purchase. Secondly, read the site's privacy policy. Every reputable website that collects customer or user information should have a privacy policy explaining how they will protect the information submitted to the website. Some online websites sell the information you give them to other companies. When you're making your purchase, be sure not to give them permission to share your information to those other companies. Sometimes it's in small print, so be careful when you're placing your order. Exercise your right to opt out if you do not want the seller to pass on information about you. If you do not agree with the privacy policy, do not deal with that company. There are several companies that put their seal of approval on privacy statements. This is kind of like having Good Housekeeping seal of approval on a product. It certifies that a website adheres to strict privacy standards. TrustE, a nonprofit organization that promotes privacy and on the internet, is one of the most recognizable of these companies. If a website has a TrustE certification, it doesn't necessarily mean they carry good products or give good service, but it is an indication that they care about the customer and are more likely to be a substantial company. So now that we know a little bit about online shopping and safety, let's look at a few of the shopping sites. In America, over half of all online shopping is done through Amazon. With its free 2-day shipping via Amazon Prime, it's no wonder that people are coming to rely on the e-commerce giant for nearly everything. But online shopping can be a huge money sink if you aren't careful. On one hand, it's incredibly easy to overspend if you're careless, and on the other hand, you can save a lot of money if you're patient and know how to snag deals and bargains as they come. Here's what you need to know about being a better, smarter, and faster online shopper. Amazon is the king of all online retailers, and doesn't look like that'll be changing anytime soon. But that doesn't mean you always have to shop at Amazon. Indeed, you might want to shop elsewhere for a number of reasons. eBay versus Amazon. Which one is best for online shopping? In the battle between eBay versus Amazon, the customer is king. Choose which one is better for you with this side-by-side comparison. When you're considering eBay versus Amazon for shopping online, the best choice isn't always obvious. There's a little bit to consider. Everything from selection, quality of products, shipping costs, and time, and consumer support is all issues you need to consider. Let's walk you through the pros and cons of shopping at eBay and Amazon so you can choose the best option before clicking that buy button. You can find almost anything your heart desires at either eBay or Amazon. Making your decision to shop at one site or the other boils down to the following factors. Do you want new or used? Does cost matter more than quality? Are you looking for something that's hard to find? Do you know what you want or prefer to browse instead? Does a personal connection with the seller matter to you? Your answers to each of these questions will determine which site, eBay or Amazon, you should be using to buy. Okay. Cost versus quality. Some people prefer getting the best deal on a specific item or brand and may not care whether the box was open or the product was used once or twice. Other people care a great deal about receiving a new item in a sealed box. As an example, let's look at earphones. With the Amazon Prime membership, you won't pay 2-day delivery. They'll come to you brand new and sealed in the original factory box practically overnight. The eBay shopping experience is a little different. When you shop for these, it turns up with mixed options for both used and new. New options are usually available at what's called buy it now prices, which are usually a little higher than Amazon's new item prices. You may find some new items listed as using the auction type of sale at a lower price than Amazon. These are sales that multiple people can bid on in hopes of buying it at a lower price than retail. However, if you search completed listings, you'll find most of these sell at or above Amazon prices. If you really want items at a lower price than retail, you need to be willing to accept a slight drop in quality. Used means compromising on quality and shipping. This may mean an open box item or something that was probably used once or twice already. Usually open box, refurbished, or new items are available at up to half the price on what items sell for new. This is an area where eBay historically shines. Shipping is often free here as well, but at economy rates rather than 2 or 3 day shipping. Just make sure to read the fine print. There's a big difference between a set of earbuds in an open package someone returned to the store and earbuds that have been used many times. Both are kind of gross, but the latter is grosser than the former. It is important to note that opting for a used item to save money is also available on Amazon. They're not as heavily promoted as new items on Amazon, but inside most new listings, you'll find a link to cheaper used items as well. You'll find items listed in Amazon's used marketplace at similar prices you'll find at eBay. And if you keep an eye out for the fulfillment by Amazon option, 2 or 3 day shipping could also be free as long as you have that Prime subscription. So, if you're open to used items, either eBay or Amazon are really good options. Shopping for hard to find items. Now, one area where eBay online shopping experience excels over Amazon is in it locating obscure items that are no longer manufactured. A friend of mine was into model trains, really into them. To find vintage pieces, he would literally go cross-country to conventions. Now he tells me he not only buys really cool stuff on eBay, but he sells them there as well. If you're looking for old electronics, collectibles, or antiques, then shopping on eBay is a clear choice. What about the browsing experience? Well, another thing that separates Amazon online shopping experience from that of eBay is the search experience itself. If you know exactly what you want, Amazon is the place to go and get it quickly. On the other hand, the eBay online shopping process is tailored towards shoppers who like to browse through items, looking for special gems to buy. It is far more segmented into specific categories. All you need to do is hover over any of the main menu items to see how many sub-items there are. Even though eBay is trying to compete with Amazon in terms of new item offerings that provide free shipping and similar conveniences, this used item browsing experience has always been what makes eBay so popular. It's very much like walking through the world's largest yard sale and sifting through everything to find exactly what you need, but may not realize it yet. It's also what makes eBay so wonderfully addictive. Well, what about connecting with the seller? The last factor you want to take into account when deciding between eBay versus Amazon is whether knowing or communicating with the seller of that item matters. On eBay, you're far more likely to locate items that were used a few times or more that someone decided to sell right out of their own homes. Photos aren't usually professionally done, and they are of the actual item you're buying, not just some box plucked out of a warehouse. You also have an opportunity to message the seller and ask very specific questions about the item. If you want to, you can also send the item a best offer to see if they're willing to just sell it to you immediately when you're willing to pay a little bit more than the current asking or bid price. And that's if you're in an auction. This aspect of eBay gives it more of a community feel. You're connecting with a real person, not some corporation. You know exactly what you're getting and the history about it as well. If connecting with the seller is important to you, then eBay is your best bet. However, if you're just looking to buy something new off the shelf and don't really care who's shipping it to you, then Amazon is the place to stop. Also, online shopping has little niche markets. Say if you're in the market for a real book, finding a brick and mortar may be a little hard. If you want to buy books online, Amazon is the biggest name in the industry, but is far from perfect. Other online bookstores are often cheaper and have more expertise in niche genres. So, to give you more options when you're looking to buy books, I have compiled a list of best alternatives to Amazon for books. Powell's Books. Based in Portland, Oregon, this bookseller has both a physical presence in various locations around the city and a website that caters to those of us that don't live in Portland. The website is easy to use and well organized. You can find both new and used books there, as well as various pieces of software, CDs, and DVDs. To help you choose wisely under staff picks, you can find various recommendations to help you decide which books to read next, including some picks of the month and bucket list books. Powell also provides a way for you to sell your own books online and in store. Powell's is especially notable for regularly offering unique editions of books signed by authors. However, be sure to keep your eye on shipping costs. They are more expensive than some of their competitors. The company's return policy is also surprisingly strict. You cannot get a refund on order books in qualities of 10 or more of the same title, nor on open games, DVDs, or books that come with electronic media. Books A Million. Books A Million started way back in 1917 in Alabama. It is now the second largest book retailer in the United States and is one of the best places to buy books. It has physical stores, and in recent years, it has also become an online bookseller. BAM offers a diverse inventory that includes new, used, and bargain books, often with attractive price tags. You'll also find toys, games, and magazines listed on their website as well as ebooks. The biggest downside of BAM is their lack of support for selling your own books. If you're the type of person who likes to trade titles with other readers, you'll need to look elsewhere. Alibriz. This online bookstore operates only through third-party booksellers. That means that when you buy a book from Alibriz, you're buying it from an independent bookstore. This makes the platform perfect for those who are looking for used, rare, or collectible titles such as first editions, antiquated titles, and signed copies. The website frequently offers various discounts on books in the form of coupons, student discounts, and even a whole section of 99-cent titles. Alibriz also offers free shipping on all items. In addition to fiction and nonfiction, you'll also find textbooks, cookbooks, books about hobbies, and kid books. Unfortunately, you are once again faced with a complicated return policy. Because you're buying from different independent sellers, the policy differs on a seller-by-seller basis. Make sure you understand the policy for your seller before committing to a purchase. Peach Pit. Peach Pit is a Parson brand that specializes in selling books, ebooks, and other educational materials to those in creative professions. You'll find a wide range of photography-related titles, everything you need to get started with Photoshop, academic resources for web design and development. Also, you'll find video making guides there as well. This bookstore doesn't just focus on printed books, but offers online courses and digital materials for the on-the-go learner. The website even hosts a blog where you can find the community members' insights about using software and gadgets and embracing a digital lifestyle. The drawback is the cost. Some titles felt a little pricey. However, Peach Pit offers a system of discounts, including deals of the week and promotional bundles to help you save money. Barnes & Noble. If you're looking for a bookseller that is not Amazon, Barnes & Noble is a solid bet. Barnes & Noble is one of the largest online book retailers with more than 5 million titles to choose from and hundreds of physical bookstores. It is also one of the best online bookstores that isn't Amazon. You should check out Barnes & Noble if you're looking to buy a lot of items at once without overpaying for shipping. It's free once you meet the minimum order threshold of $35. And if you're not satisfied, you have 14 days to return your books. Valor Books. Valor Books is an online bookstore that specializes in textbooks. It presents a great opportunity to save money on textbooks by purchasing used copies and/or older editions. The website also offers book rentals at an even lower cost as well as buybacks. The two features simultaneously allow you to save money and for the company to grow its inventory of rentable books for other users. You won't find any non-textbooks for sale. If you want to read fiction, give this store a pass. Well, I see that's all the time I have for today. It has been my pleasure to be here, and I look forward to the next time we can do it again. I wish you all a farewell.